19th century baseball is the true essence of the game in its infancy. Most teams started playing baseball around the country. They were called clubs. Each town started having a club just after the Civil War. The guys learned the game in the camps, in their Civil War camps, and they brought the game back to their home. The game originated in New York in 1845, was the very first established club, which was New York Knickerbockers. And from there it grew, and normally it was set up in the beginning as a gentleman's club, like your Lions Club or your VFW, where people got together and had a social atmosphere, and they played baseball as their activity. But as time went on, the sport grew, word spread. People traveled up and down the coast and started learning that there was this game in New York that they started playing in Baltimore, and then they started. And by about 1867 or 68, most towns on the East Coast had a team, and it became a rivalry situation, like Rising Sun versus Elkton. In 1866, there were a handful of teams in Cecil County. There was the Northeast had a club. There was the Mystic Circle. Rising Sun had the Baseball Club of Rising Sun. There was the Elkton Eclipse in Elkton. There was a Bohemian Manor Club, the Eurekas, and there was a Cecil Club. So there were half a dozen clubs in Cecil County by 1867, 68. So I've been playing for different teams up until 2012 when I began the Rising Sun team. Rising Sun had a club in the 1860s, and they were very competitive. In fact, Rising Sun was competitive with their local club up until Susquehanna League disbanded in 1954. So almost 100 years of baseball tradition was already here in the 50s. On June 24th and 25th, we'll be having an event at Dove Valley Winery. It will be from 11 a.m. until about 4 p.m. each day. There will be teams coming from New York, Pennsylvania, and Delaware coming down. One of the clubs coming down is the New York Mutuals. They are possibly the longest established 19th century era club. They started in the 90s, as opposed to most of the clubs are on the East Coast, started picking up in the early 2000s. So that'll be a good event to come out, check out some baseball, taste some local wine, have a good time at a winery, pull up your picnic chair, and just hang out and watch baseball as it was meant to be, like we like to say.